I was driving home the other night and I was listening to the radio station Delilah. In her oh so soothing voice, she explained how there's two types of ways one can draw attention to themselves. There's the first, which a person walks into the room and demands everyone's attention. And then there's the second person who wallows in their own self-pity and complains about how life's not fair and how it's just so unfortunate to be them or to be in whatever situation they're in, even though it's really not that big of a deal. Summer 2011 taught me never to be that second kind of person. I had just been accepted into Ag Discovery, and one of the nights we spent at this place called Heifer International Ranch. Heifer International is an organization which benefits different poverty-stricken homes throughout the world. Basically, you donate money, and they provide a family with livestock such as cattle or goats, pigs, chickens, etc. And they use these animals as a livelihood. So we just arrived on the ranch. They took away our phones, they took away our cameras, and they had us walk all around the ranch. And this ranch was huge. Every acre represented, it was actually a simulation house that represented a different poverty-stricken area around the globe. So for example, the first acre was a home in Guatemala, the second acre was a home in Haiti, the third acre was a home in Chile, the fourth a refugee camp, and so on. I was assigned to stay in Guatemala. Not only did I have to stay in their homes, but I was also given the amount of food that a family in Guatemala, or in this circumstance, was exposed to. Me and three other girls were expected to split 3 small potatoes. We weren't given anything else. There wasn't a stove to cook it on. The home that I was assigned to stay in basically was just solid mud. There was dirt everywhere. You open up the one cabinet and there was nothing in it. There weren't any beds to sleep in, and you had to go outside to the back to pump water, which was actually fortunate because the other homes, the other areas, had to walk all the way around the camp just to get to our clean water source. I think that really puts things in perspective. You take for granted being able to get up and go to the kitchen and serve yourself some water. Mind you, there are people in the world who have to walk miles and miles to actually get clean water. Anyway, that night, everyone cheated. All the groups just couldn't handle staying where they were assigned, and we remember that the house in Thailand was more comfortable compared to the rest of the homes. It was elevated 10 feet in the air, so it kept us away from mosquitoes, and there wasn't as much dirt on the floor. The fact that I couldn't stay one night where someone else has lived their entire lives, really, it was just a reality check for me. I think people take so many things for granted. I think you can say, oh yes, there's those less fortunate, but until you actually try to help, until you actually understand what these people go through, I think that's when you try to make a difference. And I think this experience shaped how I want to live the rest of my life. It was a humbling experience, and it made me want to actually go out of my way and help people who are poverty stricken on an international level. And I think that's what life is all about, just helping others who were dealt a different hand and possibly can't really help themselves.